Hi, I'm Alex de Minaur, and you're listening to The Double Bagel.
Alex, thanks for your time. Appreciate you coming on the podcast during your busy preseason. Now, I want to start off this interview by going back to last year in Sydney when you beat Seppi for your first title. Talk us through that moment and that joy on championship point when you saw Seppi's net cord shot fall back to his own side.
Yeah, obviously it was a huge moment of relief. A lot of pressure and nerves and kind of expectation going into that tournament. So to be able to finally win my home tournament was one of the best feelings in the world. I mean, the relief, the excitement, and just all of these emotions just at once, and it was just one of the best feelings in the world.
Now, what was the mindset like coming to that final, considering you lost the year before?
Well, it was a little bit different. I probably didn't have as much time to think about it since I had to play the semi-finals earlier in the day, so it didn't really give me too much time to think about this final overnight, which I think was a good thing. I was able to just try to get on with it, and it was a very tough match. Seppi was playing at a very high level. I managed to kind of dig deep and managed to go my way, so got lucky there.
How long did that winning feeling last?
Not too long, because
Not long enough.
I had that night we had to hop on a plane to Melbourne.
Yeah.
And the following day I was hitting, and the day after that I was starting my Aussie Open. So it was very, very short-lived. Let's just say that.
Now, moving to 2020, you've had time to think about your 2020 season. How do you assess it from a results and performance point of view?
I feel like it's an alright, okay year, I would say. It's not what I expected going in, but I'm also happy with the results I've managed to get with all things considering, and to be able to finish the year where I am kind of sets me up for hopefully a big 2021. So not, I wouldn't say extremely happy, but I'm happy with the way it ended, considering how it could have ended.
I mean, what were your expectations coming in?
Well, I was hoping for a big year. I thought I set myself up, to hopefully have a big year, and if injury didn't sideline me, or if pandemic wasn't around, then I thought that maybe I could really kind of push it to these top guys and hopefully get up there in the ranking. But it is what it is. Hopefully 2021 will be that year.
I mean, you still made the quarters in New York, so.
I still had some good results. And obviously had my best result at a slam, so I've got to look at the positives. It's not the end of the world, but it also gives me sets me up very nicely for next year. So that's what I'm pumped about.
Yeah, I mean, Davis Cup has been an important part of your life. I've read somewhere that you even have your Davis Cup player number tattooed on your chest. What was your reaction?
Yes.
What was your reaction when you first got the call up, and where were you?
Well, that was a very exciting moment for me. Obviously, it's always been my dream to make the debut with the Davis Cup, and I was, it was my first Australian summer, which I made a big impact. I played semi-finals in Brisbane, made a final in Sydney. I kind of got the call up to basically get told that I was in the team, but I had been, I guess, it was my first time being called in the team, but I wasn't sure if I was going to play. And probably 2 nights before the match, I got basically sat down by Lleyton, and he told me that I was going to be playing Zverev on day one, and it was one of the best feelings in the world.
Was Lleyton the one that told you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Lleyton was the one that we sat down and asked me if, I felt ready, if, I wanted to take this opportunity. And obviously I was ecstatic and it was a dream come true.
Yeah. I mean, playing Davis Cups comes with tremendous crowd support, and I guess it's the same for you when you're playing Sydney final as well. Does that put you under more pressure to play and perform well for your supporters?
Of course, there's always that added element of pressure, but I think you got to find a way to use it to your advantage. I mean, we're so lucky having such an amazing home support in Aussies. They love their sport, and if you just give them something to barrack for, then they're going to be behind you every step of the way. So you just got to use their energy and use it to your advantage.
I want to quickly touch on your relationship with your Davis Cup teammate Nick Kyrgios. I mean, your on-court friendship and chemistry with him was clear in the ATP Cup doubles match against Great Britain. When did that friendship begin, and what were your first impressions of Nick?
Well, this all started probably in Davis Cup. I got brought up to Davis Cup, as an Orange boy. And I did a lot of Davis Cup ties before I got nominated in the team, and I was able to kind of be around these guys, get to know these guys a lot better. And Nick was always, even when I was still nowhere up top in the rankings, he always, had a lot of belief in me. Told me to kind of believe in myself, that I was good enough to be playing these tournaments and all these things. And it's been a great relationship ever since.
Can you reveal to us what Nick is like off the court without the cameras in front of him? Is he different?
He's one of the best guys you can have by your sidelines. He's one of the best teammates. He'll always have your back, and he's one of the nicest guys out there. He's it doesn't always get portrayed in the media, but that's probably the part that they don't really know about him. How nice of a guy, how good of a teammate he is, and how genuine he is.
Can you give us any examples in the locker room?
Look, he's just, I mean, he's just got everyone's back. I mean, that's the biggest thing. I mean, if you're in a circle, he's got your back. He's a great teammate. He'll do anything for you. Like he hit with me when I was an Orange boy, when the tie was done, when everyone was done, and he still hit some balls with me. Like, he's a great guy.
Who else are you good friends with on tour?
On tour, apart obviously the Aussies, all the Aussies, we have a great relationship. Then I think we have, a couple of the Spaniards who I train with a lot. A couple of the Brits. There's some. You normally end up making good relationships with the people you hit the most. So I tend to probably stick to the same people, actually, and you got some great guys there.
I mean, out of the 3 titles you currently have, which title was the most memorable or special? Sydney?
Obviously, I would say Sydney is the most memorable. I would say Atlanta is probably one that I'm very proud of. And I think Zhuhai is my best level one, I would say.
And what was the toughest match for you? Which one? The final?
Yeah, which final?
Yeah, which final was the toughest?
I would probably say Zhuhai. I had a very tough week. I played some great matches all the way throughout, and I had a very kind of tough one against Minaur that honestly could have gone either way.
Yeah. I mean, you officially turned pro in 2015 when you were just 16 years old. Has being a professional tennis player lived up to your expectations?
Yes, look, it's obviously going in, you don't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
Everything's a bit of a whirlwind, especially early stages. You don't really feel like you belong at this stage, but you just gotta get matches under your belt, confidence boost, and it's been amazing. I mean, obviously wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah. I mean, for outsiders, I mean, the perception of being a professional tennis player is you guys having this rather rock and roll lifestyle, traveling the world and having a team around you all the time. But in reality, is that, I guess, only the tip of the iceberg? Is it a much tougher life?
It is a tough life. I mean, at the end of the day, you're not home. You're probably traveling 40 to 45 weeks of the year. When you're at places, you're not really there to kind of see the town, see the place, enjoy all the things the city has to offer. You're kind of there to play a tournament. So there are, I guess I would say, compromises. But at the end of the day, when I weigh up kind of the scales, it kind of balances towards, the positives, for sure. So I can't really complain.
Yeah. So there is a loneliness aspect to it, I guess.
Of course. I mean, it is a lot of weeks on the road. You basically live out of a suitcase. You go from one hotel room to the other. It's I guess some of the things that come with the job.
Do you have a favorite city?
Favorite city?
Other than the Australian ones.
Yeah, I would have to say a tournament I really like is Acapulco.
Yeah, Mexico.
It's in a resort there. It's very relaxed. It kind of, at the hotel itself, you got the beach. Everything's walking distance. So I would say that's a good place.
I mean, I heard something about the Players Party as well, because one of my colleagues covers that tournament. The Players Party is pretty good there.
Yeah. I mean, they do. It's probably one of the tournaments that kind of, in a way, lets you have a somewhat more normal life. You've got late matches. They do a great job. The whole organization, and it's just a fun week for sure.
I mean, can we talk about your journey into tennis? Can you remember the exact moment you started tennis and when you wanted to become a pro player?
I picked up my first racket when I was 4. And my parents basically got me into a tennis lesson, and that's how it all started. And I would say probably around 12 is when I really kind of had to make a decision whether I wanted to really pursue tennis to the best of my abilities, or go back to, I guess, a normal life. And that's probably when I made the decision. And from then on, I try to do everything in my power to reach that goal.
I mean, when did you first realize you were pretty good at it?
I don't know. It's tough to really say. Obviously, locally, I was doing well, but then going overseas, probably wasn't doing as well as I wanted to. So it was a bit of a learning experience, and I kind of let myself kind of learn and get older, and with that I got a bit more experience and was able to play better tennis, and eventually I wasn't really getting results until later, maybe 16, 17.
I mean, you picked up your racket in Australia or Spain?
In Australia.
Australia, okay. I mean, I want to move away from tennis for a second and touch on your background because I found it interesting. So you were born in Sydney and your mum's Spanish and your dad's Uruguayan. You moved to Spain when you were very young and that's where you lived full time. I was wondering, where do you feel most at home and where do you feel most comfortable?
Well, obviously, I was born in Australia, and for me, that's always going to be home. I feel Australian. One of the happiest moments of my life is making my debut for Australia.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've lived in Spain for a while now.
Yeah.
I've got my family here, so it's I've always enjoyed the kind of contrast, being able to have, in a way, the best of both worlds, and it's kind of keeps me grounded, I would say.
You spent the first 5 years of your life in Sydney, and then you moved to Spain, and then you moved to Australia back when you were 13. How has living in those different countries and different cultures in your early life shaped you as a person and as a tennis player?
Well, there's completely different cultures and different ways of living. I think it's I've been able to kind of take the best of both worlds. Have, you know, kind of the hardworking side of probably Australia, and being able to kind of also learn how to switch off and relax from Spain, being able to do the right things. I mean, tennis-wise, I've been able to pick up some great things from both sides, and I think all up, it's been great for my development.
I mean, Alex, outside of tennis, outside of hitting forehands and backhands, what else are you passionate about?
I look, I love my cars. That's one of my vices, I would say. I like new, I like old cars. I would say I love my golf as well. It's kind of an outlet that I have to kind of get away and get some fresh air. And then, you know, a couple of things here and there, but I would say probably those are the two main ones.
Are you any good at golf?
I'm trying to get there. Trying to play more and more as I can. It's something that I really want to improve at, and it's something which I really enjoy. So hopefully I'll be getting there soon.
Do you have a handicap or?
Handicap, it's probably around 11, I would say.
That's not too bad.
Yeah,
not too bad.
Getting there.
Yeah. I mean, I read on your ATP profile that your favorite surface is grass. Are you surprised that your best results have come on hard?
Well, it's obviously my favorite surface always has been grass. It's what I enjoy. I think it's fun. I think it's unique. It's just great. But I've obviously had my best results in a hard court. So it is what it is. I'll probably play my best tennis on a hard court then.
Why do you think that is?
I think it suits my game style. I can kind of use my movement to my advantage. I can be aggressive. I can kind of be solid. I can adapt a lot better than maybe other surfaces. But it's it's where I get my best results. Probably where I feel most comfortable.
I mean, last part of the interview, Alex. So I'm going to name 5 players you've played against at some point in your career. Can you tell me, in your own words, their playing style and how you would try to beat them? I guess so. First one, let's start with Shapovalov.
He's very talented, very powerful ball striker. I mean, I would say the stuff you can try to do is try to be as solid as you can and keep your depth. I mean, and almost try to get into these longer rallies because they're probably going to help you more than, I guess, the shorter rallies where he can dictate and hit you off the court.
Sinner?
Sinner's another example. Very, very good ball striker. Hits huge. You kind of have to try and get him moving. And trying to dictate. If you let him dictate, then you're in trouble.
Zverev?
Zverev, he's obviously has definitely become more aggressive. Recently, he's a great ball striker of the ball. Great serve, world-class backhand. Forehand, he's dictating a lot more. So it's a bit of the same, trying to not allow him to dictate as much. Tsitsipas, he's got a lot more variety. He comes into the net a lot. He's looking for that forehand. So try to pin him on the backhand side if you can. And then again, just a lot of these guys, is probably the main thing, just try to not allow them to dictate you around the court.
And last one, Team,
very strong player, very powerful. He's a very heavy ball, and I would say you almost have to try and play quicker to him, try to rush him a bit more, because when he's got time, he's very dangerous for sure.
I mean, final thoughts, Alex. 2021, what are your expectations from a results point of view?
Well, hopefully, as always, I just want to make second weeks of slams, want to be going deep every week, week in, week out. That's the plan. Who knows what will happen, but that's what I'm looking forward to and going to be pushing for.
I mean, without giving away too much, what are you working on specifically this off-season to better your results?
Trying to get a bigger, stronger, trying to improve, I guess, my ball speed a little bit more, try to be a bit more aggressive, serve, all these things, they all come in together. So, it's just work in progress.
All right, Alex, it's been great to chat. Great stuff.
No worries.
Now,